size of me. I don't really give a fuck. Put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose my opportunity yourself. Don't make way for a prodigy.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, a rematch of last year's AFC Divisional Round matchup, as it'll be the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at this Jaguar defense. This unit, third best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only Week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now here's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. This defense for the Jags, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They'll try and throw for it here. Open man, it's the tight end Kelce. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And incomplete on the deep ball. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Jaguars will take over here just shy of the 30.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up first and 10. Just shy of the 30. A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's Lawrence to throw. The left side completion to Jones. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a third and 3.
Brings up third and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on third down. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On first and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
On third down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. We're scoreless after one. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Pushes past him. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The kick by McManus is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own. A good rip by Pacheco, and you have to go back to 1990 with Johnny Johnson with the Cardinals to find a rookie 7th rounder with more rushing yards than he had last season. The 251st pick out of Rutgers took over the KC backfield with 830 yards in 2022.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On the return, it's James. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Jags are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll run with ETN. And he's going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Here's Lawrence. Buying time to his left. That's going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here. They'll drop that underneath to ETN. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Steps away. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On play action, Lawrence. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top.
Going through their
as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando.
One of these teams is going to emerge
check in with the coach at REA Sports halftime report.
Let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On first down, Mahomes. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down. And now they're in the hurry up. Now here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be fourth and goal. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Third and 2. Now Lawrence. He's got the big tight end. That's strange. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Caught by Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5.
At the 33-yard line.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Etienne up the middle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the draw, here's Lawrence. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Dancing to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The Jags' new kicker for 2023, Brandon McManus, on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On play action, it's Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
That'll be caught by James. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 22-yard line.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And, oh, that would get a wind-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Andrew Wingard in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Slot man moves right. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They go play action now. Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line.
A give running right, Etienne.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19.
A give to Etienne running right.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And they'll run with Etienne.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Travis Etienne,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Jaguars are on their way to a 2-0 start. Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of